Good morning, is it from Zetster's Lab? It's time for some paste again. So this morning I woke up very, very early, before 5 o'clock, because our son who lives close to Cape Town, he came to visit and he wanted to leave very early. So as I was waiting for him to wake up and whatever, I started looking through YouTube, and all of a sudden I found this woman, I'll put the link below, that was showing me how to use tea bags on cloth to make beautiful pieces of cloth that you can use in your journals. And guess what? I got so excited that I jumped up, and even before breakfast went and made some paste again. So how do we make the paste? Oh, I did share it previously, but just very short. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 cup of water. You mix it together, cold water, cornstarch, and then you put it in a pot and boil it until it becomes a paste. Very, very easy. So what she did, and that was just, once again, I'm learning to follow my excitement. Looking at the video and realizing, wow, I think that is fantastic. I want to go and do that. So that's what, following my excitement. And you know me, I got to share. So I remember years back, a while back, not long back, but someone on YouTube commented on one of the things I did, and she said, that's old news, many people, why do you always share things that others do, and blah blah blah. And you know what, I thought, well, it's new to me. That's why I share it. I'm excited about it, and I share what's new to me and what makes me excited. So take it or leave it, really. There's nothing new under the sun, as they say. So most of the things we do, somebody else already did. And that is not the point. The point is what makes you come alive, and do more of that. And that is the whole thing of this channel, just teaching me and whoever wants to hear how to find peace and joy in the midst of what we're doing, in the midst of this life in this realm, finding peace and joy, finding those things that make you glad to be here, glad to be alive, So this is it. I think I need to put my light on. I don't know if this is very, very dark in here. And open up here a little bit. And that is the awesomeness of life, finding those things that make you excited, and by doing those things, it gives you the joy to keep going and do those things that you got to do. Yes, I need to do lots of things. And Charlie Chaplin, he tore one of my little beautiful pages. He tore that up, my dog. So now I've got more broken pieces that will look beautiful in my journals, because I'm looking for old looking things. I love it. Grungy. That's a new word. You know how many new words I am learning by watching other people's videos. Grunge, grungy, making grungy artworks and papers and things. We don't use that word in South Africa. I've never ever used that. So grungy looking things. So there is now a nice grungy looking paper, all due, and thank you, Charlie Chaplin. Grungy looking. Very funny. So the awesome thing that she did. And once again, I thought, every time it's, as I say, what makes me excited? What makes me so excited that I'm willing to go and cook some paste before breakfast? And that was this. It's because I thought, wow, that looks so lovely. And I would love to make a small little journal using these kind of papers. Oh, another thing, I've got lots to share. So you remember I was gifted with a whole bag filled with beautiful serviettes and handkerchiefs and things. So I love to put one handkerchief or a vintage thing, doily or thing in my journals. It's just because it's dear to me. I love to put it in my journal. So when I put this brand spanking new white one in my journal, it really just didn't go. And look at the beautiful cover of this one. It was a pad that you can write in a little book, but you can see very, very old. This must be 50, 60 years old. And I got it at the charity shop. And when I was looking for a cover, I saw this and I thought, oh, I love it. I love it. I love this. This is just beautiful. So I just used it as my cover. And this one, I've thought, I am now a little bit fed up with the 3-hole stitch because I don't have that little thing that really presses. We call it the LC. I don't know, a punch, you know, that little, it's like a needle but bigger. And I've lost the punch. My husband's garage filled with tools and stuff, the punches are gone. So I was fed up with struggling to do the 3-hole stitch, and I went back to my one where I just made 2 little holes there, took a piece of dyed string, and I just made my own one, and I love it. But beside the point, I put the white one in here, and I thought, no, this is not going. I need to do a little thing. So I was having my coffee here, and there was some coffee left, and just look at this. Isn't it gorgeous, gorgeous? I really just took that thing, took the handkerchief, placed it in my little coffee, and it was there for a day. Took it out, just rinsed it, and look at the beautiful color. So just use your coffee, the little bit that's left, put your cloths in there or your papers or whatever, and voila, an absolute gorgeous color. So look there. So yeah, compared to that, I mean, this just doesn't go with my stuff, the things that I like at this stage. I don't know what I'm gonna like in a week's time, never mind tomorrow, I don't know. But at this stage, I like the earthiness of my books and my cloths and my stuff. I don't know why. So what she did, and that's when I saw this method this morning, I thought, oh, I just want to try that too. It looks gorgeous, because I have been using the this paste on my papers and serviettes, paper serviettes. So I've done this with that, and it worked beautifully, and it was fine. But I didn't realize you can actually do this on cloth. Never crossed my mind. And now you can see, I bought this piece. It was a round tablecloth, most probably, that they put below, underneath this. And I thought, I'm not gonna go for the beige and the creams. I'm gonna go with this little purple one and see if I can just soften it or whatever a little bit with the tea bags. So what you did is you saw you just add some of the paste, very, very wet. You keep going, you make the cloth very wet with the paste. And then the same that we did with the paper napkins. You first wet them, and then you take your little tea bags that I've opened up. I tore it open, whatever you call it, and now I am just pasting it onto this piece of cloth. Isn't this lovely? So you can do this very, very nicely and make it kind of flat, or you know what, you can just put it up on and make sure that it's not very flat. This will take a long time to dry, and once again, look what I'm using. My plastic folders that I bought at the charity shop. It was a thick, 2 of these thick folders, full to the brim with things inside these plastic folders. So voila, isn't that absolutely awesome? So what I am also thinking of, remember my leaves that I tried to preserve? Yes, I did preserve them. Some of them are actually very nice. But I don't know. Let's look. I just want to see. Once again, you look and you see what others are doing, and then you make it your own. I want to see how it's going to be when I put this little leaf onto here. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's actually quite the same look as the tea bag. Another thing I also just want to say, I tried it. Really, I tried to not look at you, to just put the thing and you can only see me doing. But I've said it many times, this to me is all about chatting with you, and then I need to make eye contact. And so that being said, if you want to zoom in, it's very easy to just zoom in there on your phone or whatever to see exactly what I am doing here. Then you don't have to look at my face. You can zoom in. So that's, but as I said, it's not working for me to do it the other way. Because my videos is not really about showing you, step-by-step instruction. It's more about sharing, just sharing. And then I need to see you. So I am now just gonna tear this one off. And I am gonna let this dry. Oopsie. And then I'm gonna cut it when it's dry. I'm most probably gonna cut it into smaller little things to make little pages. I don't know. I just wanted to see. Now look at the beautiful purple. And what I also did was I found some of this tablecloth that I also bought at the charity shop. And I thought, I'm going to try this. I am going to try this. Okay, let me just, I don't know actually how to cut it, because do I want to, okay, some of them does not tear. So then you have to cut. The previous time when I did this, I added some coffee, so my mixture was a little bit more coffee color. I actually thought about doing that, but I didn't. At the end I decided, no, I'm not going to do it. And once again, you tear them open. I usually make a mess of it because I am doing it too quick. So this is now a much thicker piece of cloth. But I wanted to see, how is this going to work? Is it going to work? And how is my tea bags going to look on this? That's the joy of creating. You go for it. And I am making sure that it is the same width, because I feel like making a small little book. Really, really small, that is little journal that is just big enough. You know, the size of the, I'm actually running out of tea bags. This is a double tea bag, because we buy the tea in boxes, because you don't get the tea loose, and then we open it up out of the little bag before we throw it into our kettle, and then we boil it, because this is natural tea. We call it rooibos in South Africa. Very, very famous, very natural tea, very healthy. And so we love to boil it on the stove. And long story short, so we take it out of the little bags before we boil it, so I don't have lots of nice tea bags. But what I do use the black tea bags for my eco dye and my tea dyed and my whatever I dye, so I use that. So these are mostly black tea bags. I don't think I've got really any black bags left, because I've used that all, because one of my eco-dyed pots, the bags came out beautifully black. I absolutely love it. So this is just another one. You can see this is now on this type of cloth. As I said, I have absolutely no idea how it's gonna look when it's dry. And that's the joy of it. I am just, look at this little flimsy one. Look at this. I thought, oh, I want to try this. But I'm gonna put the bag on the back. Not on the nice. Now this is synthetic. This is not pure linen or cottons that I usually work with and love. So we'll see how this goes. Ah, now I forgot to put my plastic down. It's now on my piece of cardboard. And I think I'm kind of running out of See, the cardboard is going to drink up all my things, but the plastic does not do so. Let me put the plastic there. Well, I just want to say thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you for all your comments. I absolutely love it. This morning at 4, just before 5 when I woke up, guess what? First of all, I always look for comments. And then I had about 6 or so lovely comments, and I was chatting and reading them and just so happy. So thank you so much. Please comment if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to. Please subscribe or not. As I said, I am really learning to just go with the flow of my excitement, of whatever the life in me is showing me to do via excitement, because life is abundance, it is joy, it is peace. So follow your excitement. That's what I realized. And I was always so in fear of, what if I do something wrong? I was in absolute fear. Then I realized, wow, guess what? The life in me is all powerful, is unconditional love, take note, and is able to guide me, lead me, provide for me, show me the way. So why am I in fear? So now I am really just recognizing that the spiritual life is joy, is excitement. And if I want to know which way to go, follow my excitement. It's as easy as that. If you have children, what would your desire for them be? For them to be happy and enjoy their life. And that's exactly the same with our spiritual Father, our source. He, as I said,